Hello, everybody, and hello, Isabella. Welcome to this Relationships Done Different interview with you and me.
Hello, hi.
Isabella, she's an amazing creator. She's working with Simon Milasas. She's also a boss facilitator living in Brazil. And today we would love to share with you guys some awareness and experiences by someone who followed and like a lot of relationships on different classes and also access classes. And so today the topic is a spotlight on the relationships on different access consciousness specialty. So thank you so much, Isabella, for willing to play with us here.
Yay, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to talk about relationships done different and everything I have experienced through those years, attending classes, contributing to social media, like so much.
Yeah, totally. You did. And you are doing a lot of beautiful creations around that. So you know the subject pretty well. And yeah, and I wanted to ask you first, so how did relationships done different class tools change your life?
That seems like a simple question, but it's actually like so big and I could talk for hours. But I would love to like highlight two things about that like really like right away I got it when you asked me. The first thing is like to realize like I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
Because like relationships, like there's like this huge universe around relationships and everything we can choose. And through those years I have been choosing a lot. And actually, by that, I thought I was wrong because, there's always like the correct way to relate and like all those little steps you should choose through your life. And I'm 33, right? So it's like by now I should have all this checklist. And I didn't. I was actually like just willing to choose and unchoose and then choose something different. And for most people, I'm just weird or I'm just wrong. And like being in those classes, like hearing so many facilitations, starting to playing with the content, even playing with the content of relationships done different, I started to realize like bit by bit, what if I'm not wrong? Like what if I'm just me and I am contributing just by being me, and that's okay to choose and that's okay to unchoose. There's nothing wrong with that. And that can create, I'm having chills right now and I want to cry because just by like having this space in your life, it's like you cannot put a price on it. You cannot put a price tag. Like having this sense of peace with like who you are, with what you choose. Wow, like that's beyond anything. And surprisingly, one of the like biggest changes I had after like really engaging with the relationships and different classes, reading the manuals, etc. It was so funny because when I started doing access classes, I did because I had a point of view that I was a financial mess, that I had a money problem, right? So the first 2 years, I would only choose classes that were related to money. And then when I found out about the relationships done different specialty, I was like, I already have a relationship. Like I really thought was like, if I have one relationship, I don't need to take a class. Like check, right? Check that
Mm.
I don't need to like explore or anything. Then, to be honest, after 2 years, I just got too bored of like only doing the same classes, like always the same, and things were not changing as much as I knew they could.
Mm.
So I just like take a different turn. I went like, okay, what if like I just choose a relationship and different class? I, to be honest, I didn't have any, like, I didn't have a expectation, like I'm going to solve this problem. Not really. I was like, okay, let me just hear and see where we go. And that was incredible because like I found out that relationship is way beyond your lover. It's way beyond
Mm-hmm.
if you have a relationship or not. It's, I'd say like the most cool thing is the relationship you have with yourself. So I could start having like this sense of really liking who I am. It was like, wow, I didn't even know that was possible. I only knew judgment. But I can just like allow myself to like me. And that changes everything. And by using these tools and all the relationships that I have, my relationship with money changed like completely. The space I have with money, the financial reality that I do have right now, like it started to unfold without me having to like putting too much attention and effort. Like, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know how we do in this reality, like being crazy and like overthink about money. I was like actually putting my attention like in relationships then different. And that part could have like this space to unfold. And one day I went like, whoa, like that changed without me really having to go crazy, I guess, just like having fun, exploring these different tools. And that was actually what was required for me, like to change my life in so many ways. So my space, like my reality with money could be different. And let me tell you, that was a great surprise. I'm so happy that I chose it.
Wow. Wow, thank you. It's a great example to see, like, when you start choosing you and you change the way you receive yourself and you gift to yourself, you start to change the way you receive and gift from every single thing and with every single thing in your life, which is money, which is friendships, which is your family, your business, your body. So it start to increase in you, yeah, you the level of your vibration change, and then everything is changing. So yeah, I love this story. Thank you.
And that is so cool because like now I can see like for example in my culture, when like you're growing up, you hear all these point of views about relationship and something like, hey, that's how it is. And you just have to live with it, right? And once I started attending the relationships then different classes, which now happens to be one of my favorite, I was like, whoa, like I don't have to put up with it for the rest of my life. Some changes, some things can, yes, be different. And no one ever told me that. And that's so funny because I can, like, we can perceive how many, like, quote unquote, blind spots we can have when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to relationship, when it comes to people we like, when it comes to things that we have, like, so much attachment with our bodies. And like you can finally starting to relax and like, hey, I'm going to relate different to this thing. I'm going to create a creationship. I'm going to change this space. I'm going to like do whatever I can to like create a creationship that like we call in relationships to done different, where you can actually be this contribution and receive a contribution from anyone and anything. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. Thank you. I have another question for you. How was your first experience being facilitated by Simone for your first relationships, the different class?
Ah, I like it. Yeah, I'm just remembering it right now because like when I started to ask my question, I was so shy. I was like, I really had to access a level. of vulnerability to ask a question that it was beyond. I was so used it to have like this image of being strong, like being a strong woman. I'm Brazilian, like I cannot have something, I cannot having any issue. Like I should be always right. So first of all, to even be in this space of having a facilitation from Simone, I had to like really choose vulnerability, which is one of the 5 elements of intimacy that we talk in relationships and different. And allowing me to be that space and like asking her a question, it's like I'm getting emotional, to be honest, was so amazing because like the level of the level of generosity that she has was so amazing, and that changed everything for me. That's when I started to be like, what if I'm not wrong? Hey, it's okay. Like you can even ask for help. I know she talks a lot about, there's this book, like which I guess it's called the Boy, the Fox, and something. She talks a lot about this book on RGT classes, which there's a line where I believe like the horse asks the boy like, hey, what's the bravest thing you ever did? And then he says like, asking for help. And I finally got what she meant. It's like, yeah, asking for help. And that's okay. I don't need to be wrong or judge myself so much to just ask for help. Maybe I just can, just my willingness to change. You can ask for help, and having someone that will not judge you, will not make you wrong, or will not validate your points of view. It's so different. And I finally got to that space like, I'm not wrong. I am different, and that's okay. And like, it's just a choice. That's also something that changed my life, realizing that relationships are just a choice and not a necessity. I heard Simone Milasas talk about it over and over, and I was like, okay, cool, seems great. But I finally, like through the years, I really got it. That's when you like access that space of like, whoa, it is just a choice. Family, friends, a lover, like whoever. It is just a choice. And what, like having this relationship, what does this create? Like, is my life getting easier? Like, are we creating more together than apart? So there are like these amazing questions that we have in the manual that you can start asking around about a relationship that will like, wow, give you so much awareness of what you're choosing and help you realize like, hey, this is just a choice. I do have choice.
Totally. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And also, one more question, the last one. So, if you have one of your favorite relationships on different tool, or the one you use the most, or one question, or something that you have in mind often that's coming back, that is from this class or from Simon's facilitation, what would it be?
You know what? I'm going to choose the one that I avoid the most, that I'm like,
Please.
it's destroying and create your relationships every day. The first time, like it's in the manual, like we talk about like destroying and creating your relationships every day. And then you can use the clearing statement from Access Consciousness. And I like the first time I saw that tool, I was like, okay, great. What else? Give me something else, right? Like I don't. And through those years, I've also learned that if there's a tool that you avoid and you don't like it and you don't want to use it, you might want to try it. It might contribute to you like way beyond what you believe it can. So that is one tool that it keeps pinging me. Like After all those years, when I'm like having like maybe with someone or something or even a situation. So like I destroy and create my relationship with that person or with that situation or with that thing. And things start to change. And I like it can perceive like all this baggage, like all those points of view, like all the places you so believe you're so right. I'm so right about this. You can perceive this energy like showing up, and then you start to realize, oh, okay, maybe I am contributing to create this that I say that I don't like, but I still have like all these points of views, conclusions, etc., that are still around, that I can destroy and create, so something else, something different can show up. So I'm going to, yeah, choose that too.
Yeah, totally. Because there's so many point of view, like the one you have about this person, the one she has about herself, the one she has about you, like all the entire consciousness that has been projected on this situation. So it's so many things around that we are aware of without willing to be aware of. That is so heavy. So what I love with this question is like a great cleaner. You had one A4 page, with a lot of draft, like, and then up you do the cleaning and you can restart the relationship on a white page with no draft on that, with no heaviness. It's just something else possible. So, and I think it's what we want with relationships. It's having something lighter, something that works for us, that's something that's match what we really know it's possible with relationships. So I wonder what can we choose to create more of that with relationships, and how much we can change many things on this world by choosing something different with relationships. So I guess this class, it's an amazing toolbox of magic with the on this topic. And so if anyone would like to join any relationships done different, Simone Milasas is doing many during the year. We are going to have one in April 2026. We have also many relationships and different facilitators all around the world, so you can see on the Access Consciousness website for having more information. And thank you, Isabella, for this great testimonial. Would you like to add anything before we finish?
Oh, I'd say come. Come, like, because like I can still like remember the days I was avoiding. I was like, nah, nah. Like I just would look at it and nah, like that energy. And man, if I knew sooner how much my life could change. If someone had told me, and maybe they did, but I didn't want to listen, I would just
Yeah.
dismiss it. So like that, you can even ask like, hey, how my life is going to be in 5 years if I choose this. And every time I ask this about a relationship done different, I get the chills. So
Agreed. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. And we're gonna have many testimonials from RDD facilitators and many people on the YouTube channel, and also on the Instagram. Where else we're gonna post those possibilities, Isabella? Facebook, or do we have?
oh yeah, I mean we do have Facebook, we do have Instagram, and we do have YouTube.
Okay, for the relationships and different access consciousness specialty, right?
Yes,
Awesome,
definitely.
awesome
And it's
stuff.
really easy. It's like relationships done different. It's easy peasy. You can find basically like just type in your search board in your app and you find us. And like please do follow us because we love to share tips. We love to share like insights. We do love to share tools, things that can contribute to you in a daily basis. That sometimes just like there's so many times that I could see like a post from a different specialty and that like would change my day. like, oh yeah, thank you for reminding me of this too. You know, sometimes we have like so many amazing classes and we might
Yeah.
forget something, and then you see that again and you're like, yes, thank you. So please join us like in what we can create together.
Totally. Thank you so much. And thank you for creating this source of magic.
Yay.
And thank you everybody for watching the video. And wish to see you in a class with Simon or an access class somewhere. Bye bye.
Bye.